Some visionary people do not want to die without seeing the legacy they will leave behind after their death. Michael Jackson's memorial ceremony was watched by millions of people worldwide. But what if I told you that Michael himself was present at this event? Would you believe me? In my previous video, The Michael Jackson Funeral Ceremony, Theories and Mysteries, I explained the peculiar anomalies, messages, and overlooked details from the funeral. Don't forget to watch that video as well. Meanwhile, don't forget to like our video, subscribe to our channel, and share your thoughts in the comments as we uncover the mysteries behind Michael Jackson's life. The date was July 7th, 2009. The ceremony was being broadcast live worldwide. Among the audience, there were two mysterious individuals. One was a man wearing a hat, and the other was a blonde woman. When examining the elderly man, we can see that Michael Jackson had previously disguised himself in a similar way many times before. For example, on June 5th, 1994, Michael Jackson, along with his wife, Lisa Marie Presley, and their children, disguised himself in the same style at Disney World to avoid being recognized. Therefore, it is highly possible that the man at the memorial service was Michael Jackson. However, I personally believe that this man was a deception, a distraction, meant to divert perception in the wrong direction. Since it is well known that Michael Jackson has used similar disguises before, and that the fedora hat is an object strongly associated with him, this man is completely screaming, "I am Michael." Additionally, there were rumors that the fedora hat worn by the man actually belonged to Michael Jackson's sister, LaToya Jackson. For this reason, rather than focusing on this man who attracted attention, I believe it would be more reasonable to focus on someone who went unnoticed, even someone of a different gender. I respect those who believe this man was Michael, and I also consider it a possibility. But as I mentioned, the blonde woman I will now discuss had even stranger details. When analyzing the blonde woman, the first noticeable detail is the laryngeal prominence, commonly known as the Adam's apple. The Adam's apple is a cartilage structure in the throat, which is usually more prominent in men. We can clearly see that the blonde woman also had a noticeable Adam's apple. However, the Adam's apple was not the only detail suggesting that this person might actually be a man. Due to the black hair visible under the blonde hair, it was clear that the woman was wearing a wig. The paleness of the arms and body structure closely matched Michael's. So, had Michael ever disguised himself as a woman before? Most likely, yes. According to the British newspaper Daily Mirror, Michael Jackson allegedly disguised himself as a woman in 2006 in the French Riviera to enjoy a peaceful vacation without being recognized. The newspaper cited statements from some witnesses who were shocked to learn that the woman was actually Michael Jackson. Jackson, in an effort to conceal his identity, wore a large hat, thin-heeled women's shoes, tight pants, and an orange handbag. However, this style did not help him remain anonymous. It was claimed that the young girl with him was actually Paris Jackson. Jackson was reportedly seen walking on the street with his 8-year-old daughter, Paris, who was dressed similarly to her father, but wore flat shoes instead of heels. Jackson spent his vacation on a yacht belonging to Prince Al-Walid, the nephew of the Saudi Arabian king. Although this claim was denied by Jackson's press spokesperson, it was clear from the photos that the person was Michael Jackson. This proves that Michael had the ability to disguise himself in any way necessary to remain unnoticed. During the memorial, Michael's sister Janet was captured on camera looking towards the blonde woman. Of course, she might have also been looking at the elderly man in front of her. Meanwhile, it was also claimed that the person holding hands with the blonde woman was Michael Jackson's former bodyguard. Michael Jackson's daughter, Paris Jackson, was constantly touching her ear as if she were adjusting something. When the footage was zoomed in, it became clear that she was wearing a hidden earpiece. Could Paris have been receiving instructions from her father during the memorial on what to say? Given this situation, the claim that Michael Jackson attended his own memorial service seems highly probable. Meanwhile, Sony widely promoted the Xperia Z2 phone in 2014 through social media and television commercial. The advertisement had a Michael Jackson concept, and Michael was depicted with blonde hair.
Smartphone is uniquely designed to be waterproof, so you can use it in more places without having to worry. The Sony Xperia Z2, our best ever smartphone.
We all know about the hostility between Michael Jackson and Sony. In this context, it is possible that this advertisement was meant to reference the memorial service and expose Michael Jackson's disguise. So, do you think Michael Jackson attended his own memorial disguised as the elderly man, or was he actually the blonde woman? Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. If Michael Jackson really attended his own memorial, what could be his reasons? And has there ever been a case of someone attending their own memorial before? First, let's talk about an example, and then we'll analyze the possible reasons Michael might have done this. Felix Bush Breezeal is particularly famous for attending his own funeral. In 1937, before his death, he decided to organize his own funeral service. In 1938, he held a funeral for himself, which was attended by more than 12,000 people. Perhaps Felix's goal was to make peace with society before passing away, and to understand the impact he had on people. Maybe Michael also wanted to witness the legacy he would leave behind. Let's now examine the possible reasons Michael might have had. By the way, if you want to learn more about Felix's story, don't forget to check out my video titled "The True Story Behind Michael Jackson Attending His Own Memorial." Why might Michael Jackson have attended his own memorial? A visionary like Michael Jackson would not want to die without seeing the legacy he would leave behind. In other words, a genius like Michael Jackson wouldn't want to leave this world without witnessing the lasting impact he would make after his death. These words are mine, and I think they beautifully explain the situation. Michael Jackson was an artist who revolutionized not only the music world, but also pop culture in general, pushing boundaries and inspiring millions. His vision extended beyond being just a musician, creating a global impact. The works and projects he produced throughout his life show how broad his horizon was. Michael Jackson had grand plans for the future. He was working on new music projects, albums, tours, and even movies. As someone who constantly renewed and developed himself, it was important for him to see these projects completed and presented to the world. Even after his death, he wanted his fans and the world to appreciate and continue his vision. A person with such a great vision as Michael Jackson wouldn't want to leave this world without being aware of the impact he would leave behind. He was not just a musician, but an icon, a leader, and a global inspiration. Could Michael have wanted to attend his own memorial service to closely observe the impact he left behind? Analysis 1. Real-time feedback and appreciation. By attending his own memorial service, Michael Jackson could have directly observed the deep love and respect millions of fans and loved ones had for him. The love and respect he saw during the memorial could have made him realize how valuable his work was throughout his life and filled him with pride for his legacy. Analysis 2. A new perspective. Secretly attending his own funeral might have given him a new perspective on life and his legacy. Observing what people thought and felt about him could have given him a deeper understanding of the impact of his life and work. Analysis 3. Emotional closure. Attending his own funeral might have provided Michael Jackson with emotional closure. As someone who faced many challenges and hardships in his life, seeing how his life and career were commemorated could have been a source of peace and satisfaction for him. Analysis 4. Reevaluating plans. This experience could have helped Michael Jackson reevaluate and perhaps reshape his future plans. By seeing the love and expectations of his fans, he could plan his next steps more carefully and consciously. Analysis 5. Connecting with fans. Seeing the love and devotion his fans had for him might have strengthened Michael Jackson's bond with them. This could deepen his gratitude towards his fans and motivate him even more to make them happy. Analysis 6. Finding inner peace. Finally, attending his own memorial might have brought Michael Jackson inner peace and satisfaction. Observing the impact of his life and work on the world could be a source of spiritual fulfillment and tranquility for him. From this theoretical perspective, Michael Jackson attending his own memorial service could provide him with deep emotional and psychological transformation and help him shape his legacy more consciously. Do you think Michael might have attended his own memorial? Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments.